What's going on, guys? It's Banish for Cause. So today we're going to show you all my new Danger Darkworld build featuring the new cards that just came out in the structure deck. Darkworld's got a really cool new fusion monster, and it allows you to go into it with one Grapha and any dark monster. So if you guys want to see more of this kind of video, make sure you like and subscribe, and you can hit the Twitter and Discord in the links below. We're trying to build the followers, and I also stream on Twitch every day at 4. All the links are down below. So without further ado, let's get into this Darkworld deck. So first up for the monsters, we're definitely going to be running, of course, you know, triple Grapha. Grapha is the boss monster of Darkworlds. Grapha's been around a while. You're definitely going to want to get Grapha in the graveyard so you can summon it back. And you can also bounce Darkworld monsters to special summon it from your hand. So it's really good. Definitely a great boss monster. And it's level 8. We are running like the level 8 variant of this deck. So we're going to want to maximize on our level 8s for sure. So 3 Grapha. So this is Rainbow. When this card is discarded, you get to add a level 5 or higher Darkworld. This allows you to get into your Graphas a little easier, so just one copy of that. And then we're running double Silva. You could run 1 gold and 1 Silva, but we're just running 2 Silva. Basically, it lets you put 2 cards on the bottom of your opponent's deck, and it's a free body on the field, so 2 Silva. And then we're running 3 of the new level 4 Genta. So Genta basically lets you discard it, and then you can add gates from your deck to your hand. So it's a really good consistency boost for the deck, and yeah, this card just came out in the new structure deck, so you're going to want to run 3 copies of that. And then we're going to run a triple copy of Snow. Snow's also been around for a while. When it's discarded, you get to search for a Darkworld card, so you can search for gates, or you can search for Grapha. Just really good consistency in searching cards. And then we're gonna run triple Brow. Brow is like the deck's Pot of Greed. It just lets you draw 2 if your opponent discards it by a card effect. And if you discard it, you get to draw once. And then we're running the level 1s. We got Ceruli and Parl. Ceruli, when it's summoned to your opponent's side of the field, basically they have to discard a card. And Parl is very interesting. It's basically a free body to either side of the field, and it also revives a monster that's been banished. So these are just one-ofs. They're the level 1s. Ceruli I think is a lot better than Parl. And then that's it for the Darkworld monsters. Next up we're running the Dangers. We're running Danger 2 Shinoko, Danger Jackalope. These are the one-ofs. And then we're running triple Danger Bigfoot. We're running triple Danger Bigfoot because this is the level 8 monster, and we're just trying to see as many level 8s on the field. And then we run double Nessie. I would put this up to 3 if you have it, and possibly take out the Chupacabra. So we're also running Mothman and yeah, the Chupacabra. You could also take out Mothman for Thunderbird. You really want to have like lots of level 8s. But I think this is a good lineup. But I would probably replace Chupacabra with another Nessie. So that's it for the Danger monsters. And then we have Salamander, Catalyzer. It lets you just discard a card and then special summon it, so it's just an extender and lets you get your Darkworlds in the grave. And then we're running 1 Zephyros. When this card is in the grave, you can bounce a card back to your hand and special summon it, so it's a good way to basically get a free card. If you have like a Grapha, you can just bounce it back to your hand and special summon it, so really good card. And then on to the spells, we're running triple Gates of the Darkworld. So this is the deck's field spell, and it just gives all your monsters a boost. And it allows you to discard a card to draw a card, so it just gets your engine kind of going. So definitely going to want to run 3 copies. This is the new fusion card that just came out. So this lets you fusion summon using monsters from your graveyard or field as material, and this is the way you go into the new Grapha fusion. So run 2 copies of that, and then we're running Darkworld Archives. This is the other new card that we got. So this one is really good. It allows you to gain a lot of card advantage. You can discard a Darkworld card, and then all your monsters gain 100 attack for each level of the discarded monster. And then, if you discarded a Fiend, which all your Dark Worlds pretty much are, you get to discard another card and draw 2 cards. So it's actually really good. So yeah, definitely going to want to run this at 2. And then we run Dark World Puppetry. This is the other new card. So this also lets you discard a card. You get to just banish 3 cards from your graveyard, and you get to discard a card. So also just another way to get your engine rolling, and I think it's only a 1 of because it requires 3 in the grave. So 1 of that, and then we're running Pot of Avarice and the Beginning of the End. So these are just draw power. I wouldn't run 2 Beginning of the Ends, just because if you draw both of them, it's more likely that you're going to resolve Pot of Avarice and Beginning of the End rather than 2 Beginning of the End. So you can either run 2 Pot of Avarice or this lineup. I think it's really good like that. And then 1 card destruction, my super old card destruction. Best card in the deck, you would run 3 if you could. And Foolish Burial. You can send Grapha or you can send Zephyros. So I think those are the 2 best targets with Foolish Burial. And that's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck, we got the brand new fusion monster. This is Super Grapha. So when your opponent activates a card, you can quick effect turn that card effect into your opponent discards 1 card. So this card just lets you gain more card advantage and is really good. And it has awesome recursion because if your opponent gets rid of it, you get to summon Grapha back. So 2 of those, and we're running like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ace monster, you know, access code talker. We're running 1-star Yuja Skull Dread. This lets you gain card advantage as well. Yeah, really good card. Topologic Bomber Dragon. I swear not a lot of people use this, but it actually lets you climb over towers a lot of the time and is just really helpful. We have 1 Unicorn. You know, this is the Link 3. Just lets you get rid of a card. Goddess of the Closed World. Usually have a bunch of monsters on the field, so, you know. You can also clear up your opponent's side. We got IP. Probably going to want to end on that. We have Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is just like super good in this format against tier limits. And we have Draglubion. Draglubion is like the best level 8 monster in the deck and just lets you basically summon all of these number monsters that I'm about to show you. You can summon like Hope Harbinger. This is good for like spell and trap negates. You can summon number 68. This basically stops your opponent from special summoning from the graveyard. We got Heart Earth Dragon. This thing is like really hard for your opponent to topple. And yeah, it's really hard for them to get over. I think it's very good to run that card. And then we have number F0, Utopic Draco Future. This is kind of like Widow Anchor. It negates and steals a monster, so it's a pretty cool card. And we have Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, just because we're running so many XZs. You know, you can just go into a Zeus and have like a bunch of blow-ups. So that's the extra deck lineup. And onto the side deck here, we're going to be running 1 Numeron Dragon. This is another number monster you could summon with Draglubion. We have 1 Nightmare Phoenix, you know, if you're going up against a bunch of spell trap decks, side that in. And then we're running 2 Thunderbird. I side Thunderbird in because I think it's situational, and you could side out some Bigfoots if you know you're going up against a back row heavy deck. And then we got Raiden. I feel like Raiden is the best kaiju for Dark Worlds just because it's a fiend and a dark monster. And it also has 2800 attack, so it's pretty good for a lot of things. I think this is the best kaiju you want to run. And then Dark Ruler No More. If you know you're going second, you just side this in. Probably win the game. Dark Ruler No More just literally says no to your opponent's whole board, so you usually want to go Dark Ruler and then just drop Dark Hole on them. We run triple Dark Hole. There's some crazy cards that can get end up on your field this format, so I think Dark Hole is pretty essential to run. And then the last 3 cards is Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and this is just some more back row hate. You can also run the other virus card. I think it stops monsters, so one or the other I think would be pretty good, and you can side that if you know you're going first. So that was the Danger Darkworld deck. Like, all these cards just came out in the brand new structure deck. It's pretty explosive. It's got the new fusion monster, and it's got a bunch of new support in the main deck as well. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure you guys subscribe, comment, and like, and check out the Twitch, Discord, and Twitter down below. And I'm usually live every day at 4 p.m, so hope to see you there. This is Spanish for Cos, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.